And that's pretty easy. That's very preliminary. You already have a specific transparent PNG file saved. Then you can take that, put another layer behind it, maybe 2 layers, make it look pretty. Then you can use that as your thumbnail. And again, make sure that you're using copyright-free images. You can use Pixels. There's also Pixels Video, so they have free video as well. But I'm not using any of my stuff for commercial purposes, so just training purposes. So I want to show you guys how to find PNG images as well. My favorite Disney movie is The Lion King. So you want to use Simba's face. So let's go Simba, Lion King, PNG. Go down to images, and then we can go ahead. Now, if you guys can see the size here, it shows 299 by 370. Our size was 1920 by 1080. So little Simba here is probably gonna look not very good when we like blow him up. It's gonna look pixelated and kind of ugly, not very high quality. So we go up to here on Google, hit tools, go over here to size, and then we want a large size of Simba. So the biggest size, oh, it's not even ordered by the biggest size, but we can go through. So this is a cool image of Simba. Go ahead and right click, save image as, desktop, and put him right there. And we want to take, let's see, cute little image of Simba. Right click, save image as, and put it down here. Now let's go to, oh, I shut that. Let's go to Pixels again. And let's see if we can find a cool image of an African savanna or something. Alright, let's do Africa. Booyah. Found it. Alright, so we'll put him in the desert. Desert Leones. And save image as here. Alright, now again, the proper YouTube thumbnail size is what? 1920 by 1080. And we'll just hit this. Now, if it's transparent instead of white, don't worry, we can still put layers over the top of it. So we'll grab our little African savanna here, drag and drop it down, and make it fit the frame. And when you're putting it into the Photoshop file or document, it will already be in Control T, so you can move it and whatever, make it bigger or longer, however you want. You can rotate it. So cool, we have the awesome little African savanna here, and we can pull over Big Simba, and you can see it's transparent. Super cool. PNG images are awesome, and still in that Control T mode. So make Simba a little bit bigger. Maybe put him down here. Look legit. It's a little pause off screen. Then we'll take little Simba. Now, we didn't get a wholly PNG image. You can tell if the squares are in the background, but this is actually a really easy fix. Let's go to our erase tool, magic erase tool, and it will erase the whole background. Now this is asking you if we can rasterize the smart object, the image. So we say yeah, and hit this in the background, and boom, we got some blue sky. Go over here, and we're taking out that background, and it looks like we got a little bit of remnants. Oh no, that's just the, cool. It's just the sky and the background. So we can go ahead and Control T him, and pull him down. So he's laying down right there. Okay, so you're like, cool, Kyle, this is fantastic. I have enough knowledge to make my own thumbnails for YouTube. Like, thanks a lot. You're done. Now you can be done, or there are a little bit more things that you guys can do to the specific images. So let's take this left image of Big Simba, double click here, and this takes us to a whole slew of layer styles. Now, let me see here. Make sure my chat window is still open. I don't know why that shut down. Alright, so a whole slew of layer styles. Now let's go ahead and mess with these settings. We have a bevel and emboss option, and I don't use these that much at all. But so we have a size, so you can make it bigger. Look at that, dude. We got some shadow. We got the white. That actually looks pretty sick. And then we can also soften it. So the bigger the size, it'll soften it. We can mess with the depth, so that bevel size is a little bit bigger. Yeah. Alright, so we have different techniques. We can do chisel hard, hard bevel, booyah. Chisel soft. Yeah, so you guys want to go ahead and mess around with that. You can still get the that black background or the shadow down all the way here on drop shadow. I'll show you guys that, but I don't really like to use it. We can contour it, or I don't like to use the bevel. So we have contour, we have texture. Looks pretty crazy, but it's supposed to make it pop. Now, another thing that can make it pop is stroke, and this just does an outline of whatever your PNG is. Go ahead and pull that size all the way down. But let's say we want that black stroke to be red. We can go ahead and change the color there. We go down to this color, and then we can move it to wherever we want it to be. So up and down that cruiser. Let's say blue is our favorite. That looks really ugly, but yeah, we can go ahead and move it. So the size of it, make it a little bit smaller. There's a lot of YouTubers that are now doing outlines of whatever's there. I mean, I'm gonna name a few, but a main one is like Logan Paul. He does it to all of his images. So the background of him will be yellow, or the background of him will be red, and let's say like Dwarf Mamba's up there, it'll be yellow or red. That's how you do it. So they make themselves into transparent images, then they use stroke. All right, inner shadow. I'm gonna take a drink here. Inner shadow does the same exact thing, just on the inside. You guys can see the distance of the actual shadow. So there you go. Simba's in the dark. It's a bright day, but he's in the dark. So you can put the distance, change the choke, don't even know what that means, and we can change the size of the actual shadow itself. So inner shadow. Fantastic. Now, just like a shadow, you can have inner glow. And I don't use these that much. But same type of thing. We have a glow white, and we have iced Simba right there. Fantastic. The only other thing I really use is this drop shadow here. So let's say we want the sun to be coming from any specific angle, and it actually roots your images a lot better if it's used well. So the sun would be coming from the left side there. As you guys can see, the sun would be somewhere right here. But we don't want that shadow to be like super apparent, because then it looks dumb. So we're gonna go ahead and we can change the opacity on it and make it lighter instead of darker. But we can also, is this it? Yeah. So we can change the spread. So this spread is it basically outlines the specific shadow more harshly, more sharply. So we can take that out and make the size a little bit bigger. And then we can root the distance down a little bit lower. Now it looks like the sun is actually beating down on Simba, and you can kind of faintly see the shadow, but the better the shadow is, the more you won't be able to see it. So we can, let me go back. Oops, it took our shadow out. But you guys get the deal. If you guys don't get it, pause the video, stop it, go back, and then you guys can mess around with the settings. And you guys will figure out what you guys like. There's a lot of things that I like, just specific of my own style and perspective. So yeah. Okay, one of the things that I want to show you guys is, let's say we don't want Simba, we want Simba to face older Simba, younger Simba to face older Simba. One easy way to do that is, let's take Simba's image from our desktop and put him in as his own file. Now we're going to erase, Ashton's back. We're going to erase the background like we did before. Take it all out. And let's say we want to flip him so he's facing the left side. His head is on the left side. So we go to image, go to image rotation, and then go down to flip canvas horizontal. Now that'll put his head on the left side. The other things that we could do to this too, let's say we want to flip Simba upside down for some reason, we can go flip vertical. So very cool stuff that we can do. But we'll flip him back over and we'll drag him in our little African savanna. And he's enormous. So again, we want to go ahead and we'll delete that other little Simba, but we're going to go ahead and make little Simba leaning to the left, a little bit bigger, hit control, or smaller, control T, and we'll put him down here. Okay, we'll throw a little shadow on him. Again, double click to get to the layer style settings. We'll hit drop shadow. And in order to see the drop shadow settings, you actually have to click that. We'll go down to size, spread it out a little bit so we can see where we're at. We got some shadow there. But if the sun's coming from the left side, artistically, then we want to make sure that his shadow is beaming down to the right. Semantics. And we'll put his shadow kind of like this. Distance it down a little bit more and make the opacity a little bit lower. So, fantastic. We got a little shadow on Simba. We don't have a shadow on older Simba anymore, but that's okay. So if we want, again, to save this file, we go down to Save As, put it as a JPEG, and just go S, save it to our desktop, nice and easy, save. And if it's going to be a YouTube thumbnail, make sure to hit the quality at 8, and that's 8 high. So click OK, and it'll be right here. Fantastic. So you guys can upload that up to YouTube. Make sure that the image that you guys are using, it will be it'll be copyright free. So boo yeah. All right. Well, that was Photoshop basics. Very easy, nice, simple, to the point. We've been going 55 minutes now. Again, if you guys want to know what different cameras I have, what technology I have that I'm using currently right now, the camera, the audio, the green screen, Elgato, and the other thing that goes with Elgato called Cam Link, you guys can go look down in the description, and I left little links there so you guys can see how much it is and possibly you guys can get them. Also, you guys can check out our vlogs, follow us on Instagram, so you guys know when I'm gonna be streaming live. Tomorrow I am gonna be streaming live, probably at 5. We'll do the whole video game thing. This is a different series, different thing. I love teaching, and if you guys have any questions, make sure to comment down below on this video, even after it's posted, or you guys can DM me on Instagram, and I can show you guys what is there or how to do it. So yeah, if I can't answer a question, I'll make sure to figure it out. Boo. Yeah, we're doing this next Tuesday again. I think we're gonna do maybe another Photoshop little tutorial. We'll do like intermediate Photoshop tutorial. I'll show you guys how I Photoshop my face into other things. If you guys have seen on Instagram, a lot of my thumbnails, or YouTube too, a lot of my thumbnails, my face is in them. Nice goofy face. So yeah, I can show you guys how to do that, and then we might mess with some elements into Premiere. So I'll show you guys how to cut up video and such. So booyah, almost an hour stream. Booyah. Cool. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow if you guys are here for the video game stuff, or if not, then I'll see you guys Thursday. Booyah.